Alright, checking the chickens here. What is up, everyone? How's it going? Afternoon, Dragoon. We are going to be working a little bit more on this Fulgrim. I can't believe it's March. Man, I can't believe it's a new month already. It's ridiculous. Redonkulous, I tell you. Oh my gosh, time's flying by. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of airbrushing on this bad boy because I forgot a spot. What's up, everyone? My name is Brent. Welcome to Wicked Minis. How's everyone doing on this fine Sunday? Fine Sunday. Okay. So, I have a boo-boo here and here, and I'm gonna have to fix this problem that I have. And it's not gonna be pleasant since I did all of this crazy work. And now I gotta get the silly putty out. Silly putty and air compressing. That's what we're gonna be doing. Sorry not to stab my eyeball out. Something's up. Okay. All of them will be alright. From ice fishing a couple hours ago, caught some fish, had some beverages, got night on the ice, and now I'm working on, you guessed it, freaking flash gets. Yeah. You're close though. Like, it's close to being done with those guys. I don't gotta make a mess. Stuff I don't want to do. I don't care about that because that's going to be gold. Anyways, I can fix all that problem. The biggest one is not getting it over all the stuff that I already just did. I have to work, and hopefully I don't get too much overspray on anything else. Fine. Okay. There's those two pieces. Those two pieces. Hey, what's up, Rosie? Let's see here. Sarah Elizabeth coming in with that sub, 28 months. I appreciate that. How's it going? Okay, gotta start with the first color here without making a mess. Some royal purple. Pretty good. Cooking, prepping dinner, doing some cleaning. Yeah, I finished most of all my stuff yesterday, so. I've been in such a deal of painting Necrons for so long, switching over doing Raven Wing has been kind of throwing me off a little bit. They're taking a little longer than usual to actually, well, I'm assuming that it's longer than usual, but it's not. because I'm doing something a little bit more difficult than Necrons. So, it's taking me a while to get those bike dudes done. It's taking me a while. What is going on? Oh, that's what's going on. Ah, there we go. Okay, now I gotta be super careful with this, not to try to overspray. Oh, there's awesome work we did. Because it would be a big bummer. I have to try to overcorrect problems that occur. Where's my little kitchen sink here? Guadalupe, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, I forgot a couple spots of the flesh parts when I was doing the original, and now we have to mask it off a bit and see where we're at, and I'm trying to fix this issue here. Okay, that's a good color. Good color. So I'm hoping to finish up this bottom half of Fulgrim here. Really close. I have to mask all this part off with silly putty so I can hit these two little spots on both ends here. Trying. Gotta wait for these things to dry so then I can hit up some more. Gotta bring up the color to about this color here, so I gotta get this to here. So once that's done, then we can get back into working all the regular bits, the centerpiece here. And then I was doing like, I did varnish coats on two of the miniatures that I finished up for the Necrons. That'll go on my eBay store at tomorrow. But I was priming, and then I finished up like all the rest of the Dark Angel stuff, priming all them. Then I primed all the Custodes. And then I was missing some bits, which I was kind of like nervous about, but then I found my bag of bits of the Custodes and was able to, you know, replace all the parts that were missing on my miniatures. And then got all the Custodes primed, which is nice. And then I have to try to make room somewhere where I can put these stinking AdMechs, because I'm not going to do the AdMechs until later. Because all the AdMechs are relatively new. I don't see anything being replaced or redone. So I'm trying to get all the Ravenwing stuff so I can get those over on eBay. So I was working on the bikes, and they're taking me forever. They're taking me forever. So, slowly working on those. And then hopefully I can get like at least 2 sets of those bikes done this coming week. So I at least have at least 2 units. At least 2 units going onto eBay every week. Like, can you have one? You can buy one. You can definitely buy one. Oh, it's bad one. All right. get. Let's get things going. Alright. Dump a little bit of that out. Wipe some excess off. Now we're gonna go into some normal magenta right here. With all these little things stuck all over it. These stinking tabs. Oh, there's other freaking tabs everywhere. All these other stinking tabs everywhere. I mean, granted, I'm not in the like cleanest of my area of my paint area, but at least try to pick some of these things up. Might be too many. That might be too many drops. No, that's good. That's good. That was solid. That was solid. Yeah, it's gonna be nice once I get that color up to par. Then we'll be able to work on the center gruesomeness here. Now I can start getting to the gold and little stone pieces, little pieces of jewelry. Then yeah, so after we'll be taking a break off of Fulgrim. And then also when I was priming all the custodians, I forgot to prime the model for the end of the month giveaway for this month. And I forgot to prime the stinking thing. But I guess it's okay because I gotta prime the plinths, because I was able to make little mini plinths. I made a batch of plinths, but they were too small. So I made a bunch of plinths, but they're just like they're just a wee bit small, you know. So I made some bigger. What oblivion is this? This is Fulgrim. This is the snake-like monstrous creature who's a Primarch of the Emperor's Children for tabletop game of Warhammer, or Warhammer 40,000 to be specific. And then this is the bottom half of him. And then we get a top half that fits right up here. So that's his top half that goes there. And then of course he has his head that goes on. So he'll have his head that goes on here. I see you. And then you'll have these big old monster wings in the back. Right now I'm doing some airbrushing work because I forgot two parts that are supposed to be the same skin color as this. So I'm working on that. I'm trying not to cause too much overspray on all the stuff that I've already been working on. That's way better. Close. Really close. dump out on that. And then I need to go and add some pink into this so we can brighten it up. Two drops might be too much. That might be just right. That might be just right. So I gotta give it a minute so it can set a little bit before I can hit the other batch. Then I can peel all that masking off of there. And then we're gonna get back into this again. So many minutes. So yeah, but we'll be taking a break from this dude and then working on that orc guy. Then we'll get back into this. I'm hoping today to be finished with just this bottom piece. And then I can work on the upper half here. So we'll be working on this piece next. When we come back after I finish the end of the month giveaway miniature. And then we'll be working on this. And hopefully it'll progress a little bit quicker. But yeah, but we can't rush perfection. We already just finished this Emperor's Children Demon Prince. An orc guy, yeah, but he's for Age of Sigmar. He's for the cruel boys that we're going to be doing. Demon Prince looks really good. And get this one up and going, and then we'll be really good. Yeah, he's just a little cruel boy. He's one of those swamp orcs. We're gonna do a whole swamp base and everything on this dude. We're gonna make things swampy. That'll be this guy right here. I gotta work on the new sets of bigger size plinths are already they're curing right now in my little curing box. Give that a minute to dry because I don't know if that's gonna be, it should be really dang stinking close. Pretty sure that's it. We'll just give the highlights and everything that it needs, but let's give it a minute to dry real quick. It might dry a little too dark and then I have to get another little touch of brightness on that maybe. So maybe. Matching colors. See, and then like there's a difference between matching colors with a brush and matching colors with an airbrush. think it will do it. Pretty sure that will actually match it, actually. I'm pretty sure that actually will do it. Okay. Alright, I feel comfortable enough. I think I can just let that be. Alright, let me go ahead and rinse out my airbrush real quick. That'll be number one. Okay. What's up, Painty Paint Paints? How you doing? Alright. Got that. I can shut that off now. Okay. Now we just gotta peel all this back off. Oh, now I got all the color up my board on that. Looks much better. Much better. Put this back into my little silly putty eggs. My best little maskings that I do for airbrushing. Got my wet palette. All right. Now, we just did those back scales. We're working up on the reds to get them up here, so that'll be kind of the next thing that we're going to be doing right now. And then we'll work on the centerpiece here. We got this. We got this. Let's see here. Where are the reds that I was using? The whole thing was based in Haster Purple. We did the deep red. I think it was this Beherit red was what we were doing next. Yeah. There was a little bit of that, and then I think we did a little bit of orange too. Try to use up this last little bit of this 17 ml bottle of Pro Acryl. It's lasted me a good long time. Still had a little bit left in there. Not bad. Let's get some of my brushes here. I'm gonna be working with a number 0. Hey, it doesn't look that bad. So far, so good. Coloration looks really nice. All the colors are working here. pretty so far. Very colorful piece. I like it. What's up, Series? How you doing? How's it going, my man? Nothing much. I was just like, I was gonna join you and Rock, and then I just was not feeling very well. I was like, I need to go and rest of some kind. So I did that instead. Yeah, it was like some late ones, and I'm sitting there, I was like, I am just not feeling well. I just needed to go and lay down. Oh, you know what came in freaking? I just got a message. It's already 85 there? Holy smokes. Yeah, well, I've only been dealing with like 50s. It was actually like 60 Friday. Already 85? Oh my God. Yeah, I couldn't do it where you're at. Couldn't do it. That is way too hot for me. Guess it'd be like alright if I didn't like, as long as I wasn't doing like an outside job. Yeah, you're gonna get 40, 50s next week. Yeah, it was like 60 degrees on Friday. It was like, I think it was like 60 degrees yesterday too. It was like a hot day yesterday. It's already letting me know that summer's gonna suck. I have to be out in that crap all day, melting outside. Yeah, you work indoors? Yes, yeah, I'll be like, I probably have some freaking stinking job that I have to work outside. Freaking dying. And plus, I don't like the fact that you guys got freaking tarantulas the size of baseball gloves. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Got some schoolwork you're doing? Man, I was hoping to finish up the rest of my school, but the teacher freaking locked me out of doing my assignments. So now I gotta go and turn in my book. I forgot to do that too. I'm gonna be in trouble. I'll be in trouble. I have like 2 more assignments to do, and the freaking teacher locked me out of it to do them. I was a little upset about that. I just wanted to be done with it. Doing dishes suck. Yeah, my son's doing that right now. I asked him to go do some dishes. I'm like, go do dishes. Oh, yeah, forgot. So I got an email, and finally, after that pre-order for Lieutenant Titus's freaking helmet, you know, that was like a big thing, like, I don't know, it was like a year or 2 ago now. I want to say like a year or so, somewhere around there. Just got an email saying that they shipped it to me. I'm gonna be wearing a big old freaking Lieutenant Titus helmet, dude. It's gonna be awesome. It took forever though. I almost thought they like forgot about it or something. So I'm super excited about that. I'm like, yeah. Get wonderful Lieutenant Titus's helmet. I'm not a Space Bro fan, but it works. If they had a Blood Angels one, I would take one of those ones and like that or a Black Templar one. Yeah, like I don't do Ultramarines, but I bought the Titus Lieutenant model. You can't help yourself. He's a great character. He's a great character, and I literally got the wearable freaking helmet that I pre-ordered that thing like a bazillion years ago. And then I just got confirmation that it's getting shipped out to me, so I'm like super excited. And there's like that girl that was on Instagram or whatnot, and she's doing like a full-size Horus statue, like what Horus would actually look like a full-size version of it. I mean, that's like so much FDM, like that's so much plastic. It's a lot. I'm like, when I was watching that, I was like, oh my God, that thing is huge. I think that dude's like 12 or 15 feet tall or something like that. He's like super, super tall. This massive body. Like she only stands up to like just like partially the leg, like the foot up to like the kneecap or maybe mid thigh, and then like the rest of the miniatures are like the rest of the statue is like massive. They're making the big old the malice that he has or whatever, and I was like, dude, that thing is freaking huge. Like, I just can't imagine like how much freaking FDM plastic, like PLA that you've been using on that. But then she was like, big old huge Illigu FDM printers. Like, these things are massive. Like, you just like work on them from the floor up. They're like huge to make like big pieces. That thing is like neat as hell. I was just like, man, that's a lot of money in PLA to freaking get that thing going. All right, next. Okay. Now we're gonna need a little bit of coal black. And we're gonna need, I believe it was the dark purple. And then we're gonna need more of, I believe it's the pink. Okay. So, we get the same kind of like dark purpley scales here. So we're gonna take that dark purple, mix these things together with some coal black. You're gonna get like ultra dark purple. Yep, and then we're gonna take that out. And we're gonna take that pink out of here, and we're gonna get this color. I think this one I'm after. Yep, that looks right. Okay, so now I'm just gonna do that dark purple first. Relatively careful on this, not to ruin up all the other paint job I just did. Trying. Keep saying like, let's be careful, and I'm like, I'm just like trying my best to screw it up here. Oh, you sucker. I knew I was going to do that. I knew it. knew it. I knew it. Nothing sucks worse than sitting there smacking a piece that you already completed, already painted and stuff. And slap it with a freaking pullback. I need a little bit of Hester purple because it looks like I missed a spot. It's a hard, unseeing spot, but I missed it. Nonetheless. Nonetheless, I missed the sucker. Right here. Not end of the world, we're good. But I knew it was gonna make a mess out of all the other stuff. Alright. I hear a Turgeon. What's up, Turgeon? How's it going? A couple other spots I missed with this Hester purple. Thank you for the model. It's awesome. Yep. I watched the VOD earlier. Fell asleep after lunch. I got you. I got you. No problem. Congratulations. Try to read these parts here. It wants to be slightly difficult now. Hard to reach spots. Oh. What works there? Let's keep going. Keep working it. When we get done with all these silly spikes, it'll get better. Jeffro? Hey, sir, hello. Question, what brush do you use for details and highlights? I've been using my Foxbright brushes. And then normally I'm at like 0, 1s, and 2s is pretty much what I use. Exclamation mark Fox. He does have synthetics, but I've been using all the sable brushes. I've been using these brushes more than any of my other brushes. And then if I'm actually doing some like smaller detail works or freehand works, I'll drop down into some of the AK brushes. I don't mind the Pro Krill brushes either for like the Pro Sables and stuff. I don't mind them too much. But my go-to are normally these Fox brushes and Foxbite brushes and AKs for even finer ones. Yeah, and then I think even like Foxbite even has their website, let alone just their Amazon site. But he has a website also, and you can order like multitudes of like, I think they come in like packs of 3. So normally I'll buy like pack of 3 of 0s and a pack of 3 of 1s and a pack of 3 of 2s. And then the other ones up here when I'm doing like small like really small stuff. These brushes are really nice too. I try to keep them all set in the set here too, and I like these ones. These ones are super small, like itty bitty brushes. Now those are my premium sets from AK. And that's like when I'm like doing like freehand work on capes and what have you. And capes are small. But most of the time I can almost pull them all off with just the Foxbite brushes. Yeah, so you can get them on Amazon or you can go on his website as well. And then we'll see about when I get these other set of brushes, which I'm pretty sure that they're Opus. I think they're Opus brushes. Well, we'll see when I get my hands on some of those. Who knows how long that's gonna take. I was doing this Kickstarter for Cult of Paints for his paint line. So I did the Kickstarter for that. Then there was all these add-ons that you can do. So I added on 2 brush sets. And another airbrush too while I was at it. I was like, I could probably use another airbrush. I don't think I needed a new airbrush, but I figured that I like that Harder and Steinbeck airbrush so much that I'm like, well, maybe it's probably good to have a second one. Yeah, the synthetics of the Pro brushes. The Pro synthetics. Yeah, because sometimes it'll happen on these. See, the problem is like, do I even have any? I know I have Pro Say. Maybe I don't. See, like I have a whole bunch of their old. Oh, okay, yeah. So I do have a number 2 of the Pro Synthetics. See, I have like a whole bunch of their old stuff where they used to be called bomb wicks. Yeah, I really like the bomb wicks, but then they changed them to the Pro Synthetic and Pro Sables. And like some of the brushes will like do really good for me and some don't. They're not a bad brush though. They're not terrible. I've done a lot worse. Like Army Painter brushes suck. I hate Army Painter brushes. And I don't really particularly like GW brushes either, but I do like their chisel brushes, like their dry brushes. Like I do love these things. Like these things are so nice. Like they literally hold themselves, because if you get like Army Painter ones, like, see, like this is a GW one, like, and I could talk crap about GW stuff like all day long, but anyways, I was sitting there like messing around with this chisel brush, and it's actually holding itself as a chisel brush. Like, look at this, like this is my Army Painter one. It's a chisel brush too, but look at that freaking thing. It almost turned into a round. So, I gotta give credit where credit's due. New painters don't want to spend $10. I think they are $10 a brush. Like, those things are expensive. Probably spend that, probably didn't like them as much. Yeah, the synthetics can be a little getting used to for synthetics. Got Dauntless brushes. Gotcha. Oh yeah, yeah. Now my brushes all take a beating. I beat up my brushes so bad. I'm so bad at it. They just, I should be taking better care of my brushes, because they are expensive. I mean, when you're sitting there throwing out like $10 a brush and stuff, or more. Yeah, they get a little pricey too, especially how much I paint. Like I paint hours every day. I should be taking a little bit better care of them. And those Opus brushes are pretty expensive, but people telling me that they're nice. And then I won't know until whenever I get that Kickstarter of all those paints from Cult of Paints. And then I'll have all the brushes and stuff. But they say that probably won't come until the beginning of next year, so it'll be well off before I get those brushes. Yeah, the Winsor Newton brushes, I swear, they're like up and down about that, because Winsor Newton brushes are stupid expensive. I don't have any personally on me because I would never pay $21 for a brush. That's just how that goes. Especially how badly I treat brushes. There's no way I'm going to buy a $20 brush. No, thank you. That's the only reason why I never bought a Winsor Newton. Like, I got Winsor Newton oils and I don't mind their oils too much. I do like Williamsburg better, but they're not bad. But the brush itself, I feel like is just too much. Yeah, it's some that say that they like them, but yeah, and then Space Nifty goes through a bunch of cheap brushes. I mean, I have a bunch of cheap brushes too. Nothing wrong with those as well. I needed something that can kind of relatively keep its shape, but then I'm a little different than others too, because I like, you got to say, like, I put in at least 4 hours of painting like almost every day. So I paint every day for roughly around 4 hours, if not more. My weekends, I'm doing like 8-hour sessions on my weekends. So I need something that kind of holds out for the long run here. And also when you're using a brand new brush too, a lot of times a brand new brush doesn't work out right off the jump. You got to break them in. Like a lot of brushes need that break-in period. So maybe when you start working with a brush and you're just like, this is not doing what I wanted to do, but if it's brand new, like you just straight out pulled the plastic cap off that thing and you started painting with it, yeah, you gotta give some time on those things. You gotta give it a little break-in period. Artist Lock Vienna brushes, those are not bad either. Experience instead of buying brushes. Yeah, and then make sure you get some conditioning. That's the one thing I do like about Pro Acryl, because I do like their big old tub of freaking brush goop. Like, that's something that I do like. The Drunken Brush Goop. This is a conditioner and cleaner for your brushes. Those can help out with breaking in some brushes. I've had brushes where they have like a little like hook on the tip of them, and you gotta break those suckers in. Yeah, I say, like, these brushes here, they look like they're doing such a good job, but I put like hundreds of hours on them. Yeah, Masters, I had Masters. I think I used it all up. I don't even see my Masters anymore. Masters works really good for like synthetic brushes. I feel like they kind of dry out my sable brushes a little too much. Yeah, I got stuff for Monument. I don't mind mine. I paint a lot with Monument paints. I do have a ton of their brushes as well. I like their conditioning soap. Their conditioning soap is good. I like Chronicle's cleaning brush soap too. Chronicle has some nice brush soap. Oh, yeah. Spooky spookies. Some spooky spookies. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Let's see. I should brighten up the tips. I don't know if I want to or not. Maybe we'll just keep them dark. Okay. All right, all those little fin pieces are all done. Okay, now we gotta sit here and work on this massive amount of craziness we got here. Something in my eyeball. All right, so all that's gonna be all gold. Gold tips, gold little jewelry pieces. Let's finish up all this fleshiness that we gotta do. A little bit of this, I think. Let me see what it looks like when I put the magenta in there. That doesn't look bad. Putting that in with the Haster purple. Ooh, I think before I do that, we need to get some veiny veins in here. Let's get a little bit of the dark turquoise. We're gonna need the dark turquoise anyways to do some certain things. Do some stuff, because that's what I'm gonna make the Little jewel pieces inside as well. But yeah, there's all these little veins here. More. I think I need to zoom in a little bit. I was all over the place, but now we're going to be kind of relatively focused on a specific area now. And I don't have to keep turning it all over the place. Okay. New. Hard. Doesn't even look like I'm doing anything. I know I gotta be doing something. Okay. Cutting deep into the tendons. Now I'm going to add this pink into it. All right. Nice, lovely stretched inner skin here. Jeffro, appreciate the follow. Thank you, thank you. Just so gruesome. Such a strange thing to have on this miniature. Like, I never thought that having your little spot here with the little Slanesh symbol right in the center of your inner skin part. Pretty brutal. feel like I need to do a little bit more. Kind of want to make sure that I got just kind of edge out. Line work on the outside here. And try to give myself a little bit of these stretches. A little bit more on the stretch there. Because the skin does look like it's been stretched real tight, so I don't want to give it that stretch appear, that elasticity, I guess you would want to say. Heavy on that one. That gives it a nice good outer stretch, but the internal part looks like it's a little too not gory enough. Let's go and hit a little transparent red on this. Oh, of course, this bunch of it came out of there. It's not what I was after. All my stuff. All right, I'm just gonna pull a touch of that out. So I had a ton of water in it, even though that's transparent. I need to make it more wishy-washy. I want to take that previous pink color. I want to sit here and I kind of want to wash that out a little bit. Make it into a glazer and go right over top of the So, saw the little preview that GW was that gave for today. Looks like it's gonna be all the Corsairs duo there with the Red Corsairs and the Eldar Corsairs. Big one is that I saw that they're gonna do the made to order. See, now the thing was, like, I have all the manual and books and stuff for Lord of the Rings, like the original thing from like 25 years ago. Like, I have those books. But every time that you would buy those book sets, never really gave you all the character models to actually like redo the scenarios. It gave you some, but not like all of them. So I think I'm actually gonna do the made to order. Unfortunately, I should have done it like many years ago when they were all made out of pewter. I prefer the pewter over that fail cast resin. But I think I might do the actual order of all those Lord of the Ring pieces there. They keep going in cycles. Like they come back around again. Like if you didn't get it this time, you know, it'll be a couple years down the road and then they'll cycle them back through again. But this is back at the Fellowship of the Ring. So you can do the Witch Tower and the other one with the Uruk-hai, and when Boromir gets freaking shot in the chest with arrows and stuff. And you can redo those scenarios. And I think the scenarios are so much fun playing that, because that's what really got me into that Lord of the Rings deal 25 years ago when I was younger, is to reenact those cool scenes that happened in the movies. Oh, not Witch Tower, it's Weathertop. Weathertop and something Hall, Emmon Hall, I think that's what it is. Where they're all fighting and the Uruk-hai are running away with Merry and Pippin and stuff. Like, those scenarios are so awesome. And then to replay those, they're super simple, super easy. You know, all you have is just Weathertop, and then you got the witches, and then you have the Strider, and then the hobbits and stuff like that. They're really cool to actually like reenact those. So I think I might actually do the made to order and order all of those things. Say it's like March 16th is when they're going to open it up. So when they do, I'll freaking order all those, because now I feel like they're going back into the cycle again. So if they already went all the way to Fellowship of the Ring, then they'll keep going for like Two Towers and stuff. Because there's another miniature I'd like to have too, is when the little scenery diorama area of all four hobbits when they're leaving the Shire, and then you have that witch wraith on the horse that's like, and they're like behind that little engroovement into the side of the roadway, and they're hiding from them. I still want that thing really bad, so next time it comes back around, I want to make sure I get that. So I do like the Lord of the Rings a lot, so it'd be kind of cool to actually do those and start reenacting those. Because I have all the manuals and stuff to do all the playthroughs and stuff. But they actually give it to you for free now. You can just download them for free. And then I just need like most of the characters and stuff. And I already have like the miniature board, the board game. I think you can get it from Barnes & Noble or Target, one of the two, where they had it. And actually, no, I think that one was actually something that you would order from G-Dubs too. And then that one was at wherever that was at the... it's been so long since I watched Lord of the Rings. It's the Mines of Moria. And then you're in that little area where Pippin knocks down the skeleton with the bucket and stuff and wakes all the orcs up and stuff. So I have like that little scenario thing too. I love to really paint those things up. Because those will be the things, like, that's the funny thing, is like that's the only thing that really like piques interest of my wife was the Lord of the Rings one. So I'm like, well, why don't we play those? Have those available so we can actually just kind of play out there. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun, right? So, and they were fun when I was younger, when I was playing the scenarios. Like, that was pretty much how Lord of the Rings started. And then they had like army groups that you could play, like small skirmish army things, kind of almost like Kill Team and stuff like that. They're a little bit smaller of armies that you would fight, almost kind of like a spearhead almost. With the Minas Tirith guys and all that kind of stuff, and you would have like some soldiers and some of the goblins with like bows and arrows and stuff, and like they had some things like that, but it wasn't like big armies like they have now. Like when they had like the plains of Pelennith or whatever it was, and you actually get to play like two like big size armies and stuff. It wasn't like that when I was a kid. So when I was younger, it was like they were playing out the scenarios more than anything else. So I thought that was really cool, like Weathertop. And then there was one of the scenarios where you're in the Mines of Moria before you're right at the door, and you have to fight that big octopus thing, like that thing, like the little octopus monster that was in the water that was coming out and attacking them. Like that was like one of the scenarios. Of course, when Merry and Pippa get ran away, so that's why I was like, I really want these things now. Now that like time's gone by, I'm like, I really wish I had them. So now I'm glad that they're coming out for made to orders, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get those things because they are really neat to have. And the cool part is that they're gonna give you the terrain pieces for them too, which that's even cooler. Because all the other times I don't remember the terrain pieces being part of it. So I was like, oh, I want the terrain pieces also. So I don't have to make my own. Would be cool. This centerpiece looks pretty good. I like that. Okay. Alright, I guess we should start blasting the golds. Yeah? Now, since I have been playing with the Dark Star molten metal paints, what we did for the Demon Prince, it turned out pretty freaking stellar. I like them. They're a great color on them. So maybe we need to do a little bit of that on these dudes. Let's see. What is this? Multi-gray. Let's get you back to where you belong. All right, now let me look at what golds I got. Okay. That's brass. That's bronze. That's black and bronze. Okay. We're not doing that. So what is this? This classic gold. Fine gold. Polished copper. Okay. I need to clean these things. These things are like gross. It's like completely covered in freaking overspray. Okay, so I got classic gold, fine gold. And then I got polished copper, which we're not going to do the copper. You get all the gold on this thing, and then the bottom half of this thing's done. Dickinson's Shadow. That looks like kind of like a wash, maybe. It's all liquidy. Okay, so we don't need those. That's copper. We need that. Color's this one. That's braid gold. Gotta figure out what gold we want to use here. Which one's this one? This is Imperial gold. this one. Royal gold. That's a pretty color. I have like bazillion golds here. Regency gold. That looks really nice. I like bazillion golds here. Renaissance gold. That looks like a white gold to me. Those are good highlight golds. Okay. And what's this one? This is aged copper. Okay. Let's get that back to where it's supposed to be. Feel like this needs to go like this. Polished copper, and aged copper needs to stay with each other. What's this one? Antique gold. And what's this one? Pale gold. Okay. I'm digging this. I'm digging this. And then I have metal thinner, huh? Okay. Let's get that. These weird washes. Okay. Alright, now I got like a bazillion friggin' golds to use. Boy, that pale gold's pretty. Okay. And then I got fine gold. Pale gold and fine gold almost look like exactly. It seems like fine gold is a touch brighter. Or maybe the other one's brighter. The pale gold's brighter than that? It's kind of tough to tell. Okay. Got classic gold. Got braid gold. Got imperial gold. I like that imperial gold. I think we got to hit all of it with the antique gold. Anyway, we're gonna have to do that first. But then Regency gold's pretty old too, so the decisions here. Renaissance gold's like white gold to me. And then you got royal gold. That's pretty. Too many golds here. I hate having so many options. Let me see here. I think the antique gold needs to go on there. Top Regency gold for the trim. And then something like that. And this one, that royal gold's pretty too. Like that, and then this one, the panel part, I think I want to hit with imperial gold, and I think I want this fine gold. Put those off to the side, put these over here. Let's see what we got for coverage here. I don't know how well it's going to cover, so let's see. Let's put these things back. So we'll just do age gold, that gold, and then the two bright golds. All right, let's go ahead and do this Regency gold. Looks really cool. Guys, say I've never used any of these golds. We used the silvers on the other one. Ooh, yeah, that sounds like that's mixing. Yeah, I say I had these things for 100 years. They're a very pretty color. Alright, we're gonna take this number 2 brush. Let's see if we can start hitting some of this gold here. Gold! Not bad. I like it. So far, so good. All right, let's go into that 0. I need a smaller brush here. You have all this stuff here. Little bling on his tail, which is cool. Almost there. think the most I'm most impressive with this is how well it covers. I did like light, is that like light purples to dark greens, or this like teal or jade color that we used. It's pretty impressive. This stuff's covering really nicely. Can't complain. It's pretty nice. Really shiny gold too, I really like it. Very blingy gold. So nice. That's some serious prettiness there. It is a pretty piece of gold though, I have to say. Let's keep going. Woo! That scared me. That scared me. That was too ultra focused there. Almost put a gold smear on there. What's up, Devon? How you doing? No worries. I don't know why that command is super loud. I don't know why. It is super loud. It's all good. I put it on there. It's my fault in technicality there. It's disturbed and should only be played loud. Yeah, that's what it feels like. I guess that's how it's gonna have to be. That's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna have to be. Gold is super pretty. I like it. Super pretty. Epidermis stretched and hugged to keep the area open. Yeah, it's just like he had a like this takes the whole crack in your chest open to a whole extent here. This thing's pretty. I've been digging this gold right now. These are all new golds that I'm testing out. These are really, really, really pretty. Fit for Emperor's children right here. It's a perfect gold. Still running with the 0. Now I can go up to a little bit of a bigger brush here. I'm going to do 2 different kinds of golds on this thing. So we're doing this gold, because even like the little jewelry around the base of the snake looks really good. I like it. Then he has a couple little pieces here. And then got the main armor piece here. Wait up, man's already through his rib cage. Yeah. Think that's man's man's heart is through their stomach, but well, I guess that works too here, because I guess that would be considered his stomach, I guess. Close. Really nice getting this whole bottom piece all finished. This would be nice. Very nice. Nice little stop, and then we'll have to work on the end of the month giveaway piece. We'll be doing that on Tuesday. So this one's gonna be on hold until I can get that end of the month one done, because I don't know exactly how many more sessions I'm gonna have to do for this model. Old gamer, what's up? I appreciate the follow, thank you. Nice, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. I'm working real tough on this Fulgrim here to make sure I can get everything perfect. Everything in perfection. But I'm really digging this gold though. This gold's I'm digging this gold paint. Again, Dark Star Molten Metal is no joke. This stuff has some tremendous coverage. It's looking nice. How long have I been painting on this Mini? Well, we're on part 3 on this thing. Maybe 13 hours, I think, already. But then you gotta say, I've been doing it on stream too, so a lot of times I take a lot of breather breaks, BSing with everybody. So you gotta like almost kind of cut the time in half. So normally I have 5-hour streams, but then you gotta say like I'm talking, explaining. Sometimes I get asked a bunch of questions about different things besides this model. I have to show off other models that I finished. Stuff like that. So I always feel like out of a 5-hour stream, I'm only painting like 2.5 hours. The other 2.5 is entertaining everyone. So maybe cutting those other 2 streams in half. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 8 hours. Probably 8 hours. And then there's a little bit of difference. It's a little slower on the painting on the stream because I have to make sure I keep everything relatively on cameras and everything else. So it's a little bit slower pace when I'm doing them on stream than if I was doing it not on stream. So yeah, let's give it about like roughly like 8 hours maybe on this. It's hard to determine that. That's why it's like hard to determine. Because my Tuesdays and Friday streams, I do 5-hour sessions. But a lot of times we're talking about cool things or people showing stuff in the whips and I'm looking at other people's miniatures. So there's not like consistent amount of time spent on it. What paints are you using? Well, these ones here, I'm using this Regency Gold from Dark Star Molten Metals. These things freaking cover really well. I've been impressed with their paints right now. This is my first time using it. Well, using the gold. We were using the silvers and stuff, the steels and silvers on this one. It was freaking nice. Looks really good. Really, really nice. I really dig it. So the demon prints turned out really good. And that was the silvers. And then all the rest of the colors and stuff, I was using Pro Acryl for majority of the colors. And then I have like a little bit of scale 75 I was using. Yeah, and then like I was just using a little bit of scale 75 for like internal pieces, stuff like that. Ow. And then I got stabbed probably like 50 times already from this little pokey sucker. so far. Alright, 6 hours, it'll ring for another day of work. Understandable. Understandable. Okay, now we're going to use the next color. Not for the midtones and highlights yet. We're going to do this Imperial Gold. I'm hoping that this works. The only thing is it's so bright. Oh man, dude, I drink Mountain Dew all the time. I have like a Mountain Dew every day. It's my favorite soda. Let's hope that this'll. Let's hope this'll cover like I want it to. Then I'm gonna be extremely impressed. Okay. Now this color here. Let's see if we can actually get this cover. I'm assuming that this thing is gonna need 2 coats, but let's see if I can actually do it in one. Dude, get out of here. These paints are awesome. This is such a light gold. I cannot believe it's actually covering like that. Like, get out of here. Unreal. Color me impressed. Unreal. Crazy. That is pretty crazy, I gotta say. Try to keep it relatively thin, because it probably still needs a second coat. Probably be smart to do so. So I wanted to try to make sure I got a nice evenly distributed first layer. But still incredibly impressed for how bright this color is. For the coverage that you get on it. It is pretty impressive. That is impressive. I'm impressed. Done. Crazy. Yeah, so pretty. So pretty. Crazy pretty. Perfect. Did you? I've been slacking. This is like the first one I sent you. We're already back at the beginning. Yeah, I think we already made it back to the beginning, yes. Well, actually, I have the thing on shuffle, so it'll bounce back and forth, but yeah. Probably due for some more stacks of them. Nice. That covered so good. I'm impressed. I'm impressed for something being such a light gold to do that. I was impressed. Listening to audiobooks, not music. I gotcha. New Dungeon Crawler Call comes out in April. Were you listening to it all? Oh, okay, nice. I'm gonna go for a second coat here. Gotta say, I'm still incredibly impressed by the first coverage on this thing. Missed a spot. What's wrong with me? What the heck is wrong with me? Let's go for the second coat on this one. So nice. Super impressed, I gotta say. second coat on that. That looks good. It's a great series. Is it stupidly funny? That's awesome. Awesome. Okay, now we gotta go and pick up some a little bit brighter colors. We're gonna drop back down to the 0 here. I think I still want to go with this royal gold. Classic gold's okay, but I think I want to do the royal gold. So let's drop this. I don't need a whole lot of it. We don't got too much to do here. Like I said, it's relatively easy what I'm doing. Just sitting here, just going to striking up the higher points of the gold. Goes by a little bit quicker because you don't have to go. Just trying to hit all the the top pieces of it. Leave the sides alone. Perfect. Dagging it. It's so gold and shiny. Now, I did the imperial gold, so now we're gonna do a fine gold. I just need to stir up real good. Perfect. Let's drop this out. Oh yeah, these are just gorgeous colors. I love them. I love them. Okay. Then we got a little bit bigger brush because we're going to be covering a little bit more surface here. Same down with this. I dig it. And like you guys said, I think it is gorgeous. Now we're gonna put a little bit of wash on all of it though, so it tones it down a bit, but so far I've been loving every bit of it. You just gotta actually let me keep these two out. And then the pale gold. What did I do with the other one? No. Oh, it's right here. Fine gold and pale gold. I think it was pale gold. No, it was imperial gold. Yeah, there we go. Pure gold, pale gold went on there. 3. Okay. So there's those two and these two. Perfect. Now I do need a little bit of like a white gold, so we're gonna have to try to do that. So we're gonna use this Renaissance gold. I need some highlights. And then it's just working on the stones, and then I got the bottom half of this thing done. The little jewelry. So we're gonna do the little jewelry part. Okay. Now, a little bit of the white gold. Well, actually, probably got to drop down to a 0 here. Let's drop down to the 0. We'll start down here first. Technically, it'll just be kind of edging everything. Shining the nuts. Perfect. Looks good. Perfect. Just that little extra highlight there. Just that little bit extra. Like, it's already shiny. And then you also got to kind of give it, you know, the proper bling that it's supposed to have as well. Even when everything is shiny, a little extra shiny. All the shiny bling blings. There's one here. We're just going to highlight the cool little expansion of the face. Makes things relatively easy here. See what I'm doing? I don't even know if you guys can see what I'm doing. Massive model here. Paint majority of it off camera, I guess. Well, that was a lot of shiny bits. Okay, so gold's done. Now we just gotta get the jewels. All the little itty bitty jewels. Okay, we're gonna go into this dark, we're gonna actually go a little black and the turquoise to get even a darker turquoise. Okay. We gotta do all their little Cookie coming in with that raid. Appreciate it. Welcome everyone. How's it going? What's you been up to? How was your stream? What's been going on? What's up? How's it going? Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. It is coming along there. I'm trying to get this bottom half freaking done before we have to break from this for a bit so I can get another model done, but I wanted to hopefully get this bottom piece finished. I'm only down to just these little jewel pieces. But it is coming along though. You're painting some tentacles. You must sleep. Understandable. I appreciate the raid. Thank you so much. And then like one that we did have finished here is the Demon Prince. So for the Emperor's Children color scheme. Oh, it looked out pretty good too. That one turned out pretty well. So now we're gonna get this one up to par. All right, guys, let's start. Let's zoom in so you guys can see what I'm doing on these little jewel pieces. Big one is that I'm going to get it up to this dark turquoise. Get these things done because these are the last thing I have to do on this miniature right here on the bottom, and then we'll be working up on the top half. Once I actually have to get the model finished for the end of the month miniature completed, then we'll come back to it, but back to this piece. But we should be done with the bottom and working for the top half of his body. Okay, next we need bright turquoise. Well, just the regular turquoise. I don't think there is a bright turquoise. I think it's just this kind of turquoise. Because I don't think there's a bright turquoise. And we're gonna also need, oh, I left the white out there. I know I have another white. Where did it go? This is blasphemy. I know I had more whites. Are you serious? I used up all my whites? How is that possible? I'm gonna have to go grab my white. Shoot. I'll be right back. Let me go grab my thing from my other booth. I really never thought in a million years that I would be running out of bold titanium white. That is just unheard of. I had like so many of these bottles. Shoot, I don't think I got any more left in this thing. Oh my gosh, come on. Tell me there's nothing left? Ah, there's plenty in there. Okay. Enough of that. Oh, of course, now you just spit paint everywhere here. Awesome. Love it. Thank you. I needed that. Okay. Now let's get the rest of these jewels working. Okay, so now we're going to go into the turquoise first. So this is like the brighter turquoise. Oh, I got stuff all over me right now. You only really have to do just like a part of it. You don't have to cover the whole thing. There's the trick for jewels. Have a little bit closer up of what we're doing here. Trying to hit the top part of the jewel. Still dark everywhere else. Same thing with this. Right up on the top there. There. This one's bigger. For kind of the same purpose. Like that. Or actually make it into a bright turquoise. Especially for this bigger part right here. This is for the bigger one. The other ones don't need it. I'm going to go into that white. And then I'm just going to put like little teeny itty bitty dots. It's hard to see those ones. Let's go to these. Let's go to this back side here. These little pieces here. Just like that. Noah, hello, how's it going? All right, same thing with these little piece of jewels here. Like that. Wandering Lands, appreciate the follow. Thank you, thank you. For the jewels. Now for the big old one here, real simple. Not too thick here. Well, that gives you the top part there. And you technically just need a little circle on the bottom here. Like that. Like that. And that's how it's going to give you that little stone shape of what you're after. There a long time because I like hanging out with my friends. No, it's no big deal. I only got just a few minutes left. I just finished this bottom piece here, so we're doing good. I only got a few minutes and then I'm done with my stream today. It's been going good. It's been going good. Hecatone, how's it going? I've been doing well, thank you, Noah. Don't know how you got here, but you're here. Well, you're here now. Fulgrim looking pretty good so far. I think this actually completes the bottom half. This kind of completes the whole bottom half of Fulgrim. There's nothing more that I gotta really do. It just needs a wash. We'll do that later, but I got the bottom half done. Maybe there'll be a couple things that I might emphasize a little bit more on there, but all in all. In other words, the fighting bits that you need to keep doing? Absolutely.
Are you not entertained?
I appreciate that, Noah.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah, it's just the bottom half. Yeah, then we'll be breaking from this thing because I gotta get the end of the month model painted, which is gonna be this one. See you. It's gonna be a little bit of a break on Fulgrim for a bit. Get this miniature all done, and then we'll get back into Fulgrim, but. There's a couple things I kind of like to do, maybe emphasize a little bit more on like the stretch marks on where the rings are clipped onto them. There's a little bit up here on both sides here, and then where the gold pieces are attached to his main body of his skin, we might have to emphasize the stretch a little bit there. But all in all, it's all relatively, that's how he's gonna look for this bottom half piece here. Yeah, I know. I have to break from that because I need the end of the month giveaway piece that I need to get it done for this month. So that's the reason why we got to do that orc real quick. And then we'll come back here because this is a commission piece too. I need to get this thing done as well. And then we'll be working on this top half here. That goes here. But we're going to be changing the skin tones of his actual flesh. We're actually going to give him actual true flesh colors. Besides his snake body. So his snake body will have that color, probably even from here on the back would have this kind of color. Then this one will go up into like a flesh tone color. I think that'll work really good, getting that top part there. So get this piece. We'll start working on this piece when I come back to it. That, and then the head, and then we'll finish up with the last part is the wings, and have this whole piece all done. Paying the 30K version of the Snaky Boy. It wouldn't matter, either one. Like the 30K one, I really like that one too. Like I never really veer off from like not wanting to do it. I would love to do one. Maybe one of these days down the road, someone in 30K would have me do their Fulgrim for them. I wouldn't mind doing it at all. So that's it for that. That's it for me for today. This is what I wanted to do, is get this piece done. So that worked out good. That worked out good. The freaking golds are awesome. I love this Dark Star Molten Metals. Those are some serious metallics. Like those metallics are freaking solid. I love them. They cover so well too. Like I literally did that one on top of all the overspray I did, and it's a light color. Like that Imperial Gold is no joke. The Dark Star Molten Metals, and that's a bright color. Like you didn't have to work with a dark one going up to bright. Like that was literally right over top of that. That wasn't bad at all. Super neat. And then this one here, I did the Regency Gold at first, and then we highlighted a little bit more with the Royal Gold to get it kind of the gold that I like, and then we actually highlighted them, edge highlighted them with the Renaissance Gold. So it turned out really good. Then we got the little jewels in there and everything else. I think everything's looking pretty solid so far. Pretty solid so far. It's a pretty cool piece. Right on. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to finish up what I'm doing today. I'm done. I need to go and start working on making dinner and stuff for me and the kiddo. And yeah, so yeah, that one done. I finished up, and then just letting everyone know I finished up the Demon Prince for the Emperor's Children. Last month's giveaway. Absolutely, Turgeon. I'll get that thing shipped out here soon. Then you get this one, and once Fulgrim's all done, then we'll be doing the snowy bases on both of them, and then I'll get these things shipped out to the rightful person here. Get them shipped out to, get these things shipped out, and then we can actually, then we'll have a little bit more spare time of doing some things. We'll go back and doing some Necrons, some Death Guard. I got 2 Necrons. I got a set of Death Guard to do. And then we're going to be doing Samael for the Dark Angels, for the Raven Wings. And then, who knows? Well, and then maybe I'll get back over doing my Age of Sigmar stuff and start working on my ghosts. And actually have an Age of Sigmar army would be freaking awesome. It would be freaking awesome to have one of those. Would be freaking awesome. Alrighty, guys. Let's go ahead and close up shop. I am done for the day. Got really good amount of stuff done. So appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. I really do appreciate that. Thank you guys for the raids, the follows, the subs, resubs. I really do appreciate that. Thank you for the support here over on Twitch. If you're seeing me over there on YouTube, because I am dual streaming here on Twitch and YouTube, !Mark YouTube, make sure you give me a follow or subscribe over there. On YouTube, we're doing that Destiny grind all the way up to 1,000. Need your guys' help to get there. So if you guys don't mind helping me out there, that would be great. Let's see here. Shout out to my sponsors above. You can use those commands in chat, or you can go over to my Discord, !Mark Discord. My sponsor affiliate links will be all over there. You guys are more than welcome to use those as much as you like. Save on those hobby dollars. Use those Wicked Mini discount codes and get some good product there. Also on my Discord, I do have my eBay store. You can go !eBay and chat, or you can go over, it'll be on my Discord, or you can go over to eBay and just put in Wicked Minis and my store will pop up there. Pretty much everything that I paint on the stream, I'll put over on my eBay store. So that's just another way you can support the stream that way as well. You can buy some minis instead, and then that all cycles back up into my stream. So I do appreciate the support on that part if you're one of those that have bought some of my miniatures. So thank you guys. I'll be putting in a couple more units of Necrons tomorrow. I have just 2 more Necrons until we get Fulgrim done, and then I got 2 more Necrons to put up on eBay as well. I'll be putting those, painting those on stream, so you guys can see how I do my Necrons. eBay, let's see here, Discord, eBay, and then also just follow me over on my Instagram because I'm going to have to be doing this big old dealio for this big statue that I have from Black Forge Games and for MHCP for the Mental Health Charity Painters. I'll be doing all of that on the socials. And that's like painting wolves and painting flesh tones and leathers and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be making short, quick videos for that for my Instas. So make sure you follow me over there. That thing's not due until August, so I still got quite a bit of time. But other than that, that's pretty much it for my spiel, guys. Thank you. I really do. Appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. Let me refresh my Twitch and see who is up and about and around. Oh yeah, we always go over to Hoodguard on Sundays. He normally does Heresy Sundays or something, so I think he's working on Vulcan stuff. Or the Salamanders. Go over to Hoodguard, he just started, so we'll go over there and see what Hoodguard's working on that, guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you guys on Tuesday while we work on that orc miniature for the Cruel Boys and get that end of the month Maya miniature finished for the end of the month, last Friday of the month of March. So until then, guys, thank you so much. I will catch you guys next time. Take care.